Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to dive into a topic that will save you lots of money, common credit card mistakes to avoid. So I almost fell into one of the mistakes and I'll be sharing that with you guys in today's video. And we're going to break down all these mistakes to ensure that we avoid them and have our finances on track. So the first mistake is to only pay the minimum amount. So for example, if you have a credit loan of about $1,000 with DBS, it might seem manageable to actually just pay off the $50 minimum payment every month. But with an average interest rate of maybe 25% per annum, do you guys know that you will take over 2 years to pay off this $1,000? And on top of that, you'll be paying almost $300 just for interest alone. So it's very important to ensure that you pay the entire outstanding balance if you can. If you're not able to do so, then try to at least pay more than the minimum amount so that you will finish paying off this $1,000 at a shorter period of time. Secondly is missing your payment due dates. Do you guys know that when you miss a payment due date, you will be charged with a late fee and an increased interest rate? So for example, for DBS, if you miss your payment, there's a late fee of $100 and the interest will be increased from 27% to 30%. The interest rate will only be reinstated to 27% after you make the minimum payment. This increased interest rate actually makes your debt more expensive. And if you were to repeatedly miss your payment, this is going to significantly affect your credit score. So if you're not familiar about credit score, what does it mean and what does it entail, then do check out my video. I will link it up above and down in the description box below, where I will explain to you guys the factors that affect your credit score and how to improve it. Thirdly is maximizing your credit limit. Suppose you have a credit card with a $5,000 credit limit and you have utilized $4,800. That is utilizing about 96% of your credit limit. This high utilization can actually lower your credit score because it's going to seem that you're over-reliant on credit. Even though you're going to pay your credit card bills on time, do ensure that your credit utilization is roughly around 30%, which is an ideal number to ensure a healthy credit score. So what happens if, let's say, you want to foot the bill for your friends or family when you go out and eat so that you can maximize your rewards like cashback or miles? What you can do is when you make the payment, do ensure that you payment of your outstanding balance before the statement closing date rather than the payment due date. This is because after the statement close date, that's when the banks will submit your outstanding balance to Credit Bureau Singapore, which will then determine your credit score. So before it reaches the Credit Bureau of Singapore, you want to make sure that you pay off your outstanding balance such that your outstanding balance is only less than 30% of your credit limit. Next is overlooking annual fees. So some credit cards like Amex, they have a hefty annual fee, about $500 for some of their cards. So if you're only earning $250 in travel rewards every year, then you're effectively losing the $250 that you are paying for the annual fee. So before you sign up for a card with an annual fee, do ensure that the benefits outweigh the annual fee and don't assume that you can always waive off your annual fee. There are a few factors that the banks would consider. It could be how much you have spent over the year, and it's not within your hands whether you can get the annual fee waived. So please make sure that it's an annual fee that you are comfortable to pay if you're not able to get it waived, and the rewards that you are getting from the credit card outweighs this amount that you're paying to the bank. Another mistake is not redeeming your rewards or not meeting certain requirements to redeem your rewards. So the mistake that I did was I wanted to choose a credit card that I can maximize for certain categories of my expenses. And if you are not familiar, certain credit card companies have a minimum number of points that you need to have to convert to miles. So usually the points will be equivalent to 10,000 miles. And if you're not able to hit that number of points before the points expires, then the points that you have earned earlier is going to start expiring, which means to say that you're actually losing out on your rewards. So do ensure that you're able to hit that number of points before the points expiry so they can convert them to miles. So don't just apply for credit card just because you think that you are able to earn the miles. Yes, you're right, you might be able to earn the miles, but you might not be able to transfer it out of your credit card to the airlines that you want to fly with. So do keep track of your rewards and ensure that you redeem them before it expires. Lastly is using credit card for cash advance. Do you know that when you withdraw cash, most of the credit card banks will charge you the interest immediately once you have withdrawn the cash from the ATM. It's not the same as using your credit card to pay for certain purchases where you have the grace period with no interest. So use cash advances only if it's for emergency purposes and you do not have any other options available. And that's a wrap. So I hope this video has helped you to ensure that you do not make any of these common mistakes for a credit card. Do like the video if you found this helpful, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.